friends, and to everyone who is tuning in virtually. I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to each one of you. I want to thank my husband, Pastor Graham, for giving me these few minutes to greet mothers. To be honest, when he first asked me to be ready to greet mothers on Mother's Day, I thought, he has to be kidding. My response was going to be, I'm good. But me being a child of the Most High God, I wanted to be obedient to the Spirit of my Father. I knew that if God brought me through it, he would bring me through it. I knew that he would give me the words to say. As I think about motherhood and the joys, the pains, the struggles, and all the uncertainties that come with it, and the prayers that come with it, I'm reminded of the story that my friend Wandalyn shared with me. And the story is called Pushing Against a Rock. The story tells of a man who was visited by the Lord, and the Lord told the man that he had work for him to do. The Lord showed the man a large rock and explained to him that his task would be to push against the rock with all of his might. So the man did just that. He pushed the rock day after day, from sunup to sundown, month after month. The man toiled many years pushing the rock, yet the rock never moved. Each day, the man felt defeated. He felt so defeated without making any progress, he wanted to give up. And before long, the adversary appeared, and the adversary started placing negative thoughts in the man's mind. The adversary tried to create the impression that the man was completing a task that was nearly impossible. These thoughts soon led the man to have feelings of resentment and discouragement. Satan even tried to get the man to quit pushing the rock by telling him that you're just simply wasting your time. He would say, that task is impossible, you just need to quit. The man was almost convinced, but decided to have one more conversation with the Lord. In the conversation, the man reminded the Lord about how long he had been laboring to move this rock. He was just using all of his physical strength and might in the process. But in that process of using all of his strength and might, the man had actually gained muscles. He toned his muscles. He toned every muscle in his body from his head to his toe. Yet, the rock never budged. The man pleaded to the Lord, Lord, what am I doing wrong? Why am I failing at this simple task that you asked me to do? The Lord looked at the man compassionately and said, my child, when I asked you to serve me and you gladly accepted, remember, I told you that your task was to simply push against the rock with all your strength, which you did so diligently. Never did I mention to you that you were expected to move the rock. Your task is simply to push. And as I think about this story, I think about us as mothers, biological mothers, stepmothers, godmothers, adopted mothers, foster mothers, aunts who serve as mothers, grandmothers, nanas, Gigi's, and those who deserve to become mothers. When God asked us to nurture a child, when God asked us to nurture that student, when God asked us to nurture or be a mentor to whether it's your own biological child or a child that God placed in your life, let us be reminded of the task that God placed before us. All God asked us to do is push. When the adversary comes before you and try to get you to give up, just simply push. When the adversary tells you that there's no need, that child is never going to get it, continue to push. When he tells you that the child is not going to do anything or amount to anything in life, keep pushing. When he tries to tell you that you are tired, show him all the muscles that you've gained and developing in that process of pushing. Don't stop pushing. Don't stop praying. Remember, God is simply conditioning you to become stronger. As you become stronger, he, in his own time, will move the rock. He, in his own time, will get the child to obey and do what the child is supposed to do. He, in his own time, will move the obstacle out of your way. Your calling is to simply push, be obedient, exercise your faith, talk to God, and God will move the rock. Let the challenges and the obstacles that you face become your rock. Let the challenges build your faith in God. Mothers, I challenge you that as you face obstacles, as you face those day-to-day challenges, from sunup to sundown, year after year, and it seems like nothing is happening, remember, all God called you to do is push. Pray until something happens, and he will move the rock. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day to each one of you. I love you.